Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So we're going to be starting a little mini series here where we're going over adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions. And we're going to start with adding fractions today. So let's go ahead and start with two kind of simple problems here. So we got 3 over 5 plus 2 over 3. And so the way that we would figure out how to add these together is we would first have to get a common denominator. And so if you go back and you watch the last video I did, the least common multiples and the greatest common divisors, we can do that to find the least common multiple to get our denominator here. In this case, these are both primes already, so we don't need to do a prime factorization. And we can simply multiply these to get 15. And so what we're doing is we're taking 3 over 5 and we're multiplying the top and the bottom by 3 over 3 to get it into the form of 15. So here we get 9 over 15, and then we do the same with 2 over 3, but now we multiply by 5 over 5. And the reason we can do this is because 5 over 5 can be simplified to 1. So we're not really changing the values here at all. We're just changing their base, their denominator. And so 5 times 2 is 10. And so now we can add 9 and 10 together. And so we would get 19 over 15. Or if you wanted to, you can simplify this to 1 and 4 over 15. And so let's go ahead and look at another problem now, where this time we actually have to use our least common multiples. So let's do something like 7 over 12 plus 8 over 15. Let's do that and see what we can do. So let's go ahead and do the prime factorization for 12. This would break up into 2 and 6, which would break up into 2 and 3. So 12 is equal to 2 squared times 3. And again, if you have any questions of how I'm doing any of this, go ahead and go back to that least common multiples and greatest common divisors video, because that will help you out a lot with fractions. And then we can do the same thing for 15. So that would be 5 and 3. And so for the least common multiple, we have to do the minimums here. So 15 is equal to 3 times 5. So we have a 2 squared, we have 1 3, and we have a 5. So this would be 4 times 3 times 5, which is equal to 20 times 3, so 60. So their least common multiple here would be 60. And now what we have to do is we multiply by whatever they're missing. So over here we're missing a 5, and over here we're missing a 4, sorry. And so we can go ahead and multiply 7 by 5. And we can go ahead and multiply 8 by 4. And we know 7 times 5 is equal to 35, and 8 times 4 is equal to 32. And so now we can just add those, and then go ahead and simplify that. So this is 67, or 1 7/60. And so that is going to be kind of the easiest way to add fractions, is using your least common multiples to simplify and find an easy denominator to deal with, and then you can change your numerators to match that. And I can go ahead and do one more example here. Let's do 25 and 30. let's do something smaller than a half this time. Maybe let's do 5 and 7. So here we have a fraction which isn't simplified. So your first step would be to simplify this fraction. And the way that you can do that is you can pull, well, you can either divide the top and the bottom by a 5 because they share that, or you could factor that out and then cancel them. So show this over. And so now we can cancel these 5s because this is just 5 over 5, which is equal to 1. And so here we get 1/5 plus 7/30. And so now we do a prime factorization of 30. So 30 breaks down into 2 and 15, which breaks down into 3 and 5. So 30 is equal to 2 times 3 times 5. And so now we see what we share in common. We share that 5 in common, and we're missing a 2 times 3, or a 6, over here. So we'd go ahead and multiply the top and the bottom by 6. Let's do 1 over 5 times 6 over 6 plus 7 over 30. And so this is going to be equal to 6 over 30 plus 7 over 30, which is equal to 13 over 30. 13 is prime and does not divide into 30. So that is the most simplified you can get. And again, we're just looking for the minimums, or the maximums here for the least common multiple. And so we have a max of 1, 2, a max of 1, 3, and a max of 1, 5. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. And again, if you're struggling with the least common multiple, go back and watch that video that I did, because that will help you tremendously with fractions. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.